I'm live now. We are live. I don't have my daddy's book. I like to read something out of this. I don't know why there's an echo, but there is. For a revolution to be successful, the following groups must actively support the revolution: the workers, the underprivileged minority, the armed forces, the young people, and the intellectuals. They must be alienated from the democratic culture. The FBI is the Department of Frame-Up, headed by J. Edgar What's-His-Face. Why must power always be right? They define reality, and we don't fight. If black is white and white is right, why is daytime divided by night? Wow. It could be the answers are on this earth, but don't look hard. You'll just get hurt. If you have a nod for abstractions, look to the sky. They say their pilot will tell you no lie. Ordinary enlightened men think they ought not to steal, not just because if they are caught they will go to jail, but also because stealing or murder is just plain wrong. God or their conscience will punish them for stealing. But once one becomes aware that the laws against theft are nothing but devices of big property owners to reduce the cost of guarding their goods, one sees that there is no such thing as an obligation not to steal. The only question then is whether one can get away with it. And the answer to that is, you can if you are clever enough. Go ahead. There is no sin except getting caught. Thank you, Daddy. My daddy was locked up in Vietnam. He was a POW, but he was put away by the Americans. Is that on? It's kind of weird. That's why it's called the podcast. When you smile in my face, but you play me like a clown, it's your fool, bitch. So just step back, or I'm mad that when I come down straight. I thought you were my piece, but you play me out. Now I'm mad as hell, and I'm full of doubt. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's think. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's think. Let's roll. I'm back on the scene, it's time to get mean. I'm a lean revolution machine. Won't want people stay, they stay this way. One new day is good as any day. Y'all feel slightly this, let's resist. Raise your fist and pump like this. Promises all the time. Don't cross the line, but you know it's right. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's think. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's think. Let's roll. wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's see. Let's roll. Trouble time. Get something in your rhythm. 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 Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's see. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's see. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? 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 Huh?
Welcome to Pure Puff Vapor Supply. 7:10. Hi, Tracy.
Hey, what's up, Lefty?
Good morning. Good afternoon. It's high noon.
Yep. It's about that time.
All right. I'm actually going to take a break because I'm sore.
Yeah.
I'm sore as fuck.
After yesterday? Hell yeah. That was some insane shit. When I watched that later on, I was like, what the
Yeah, it was weird, man.
Like, really?
She had very poor problem-solving skills.
So so you went this morning and...
I got the police report. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go get it.
I'll read it so that way you can take a break.
All right.
Oh, Cindy.
Thank you, Lefty.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Tracy. I heard you got some shit happen to you. My God, I mean, what is going on? I mean,
hey,
us marijuana patients are being beat up.
We just, we have to know our rights. And I think that we're going to piss the cops off the more and more that we let them know that we know what is right and what's wrong.
And the more you educate, we educate people.
Absolutely.
She's going to explain to you what happened.
No,
not completely.
I'm not going to
all we do want to do, we don't want to explain what happens, but we do want to tell people that if you did nothing wrong.
Absolutely. Do not ever fold.
Don't.
For any reason, because you have rights.
You do have rights. For a
reason. They're there for a reason, and I'm sorry, but your vehicle smelling like marijuana is not probable cause for them to search a vehicle.
What happened? Tell me the whole story.
Well, she doesn't want to tell you the whole story.
Tell me the whole story. You can't tell me the whole story?
We have to give her some truth serum. Can I give you some truth serum?
Damn it. I want to know
about some truth serum.
Wait, they got to you. They got to you. You can't talk.
A little bit.
They got to you.
They did. They took away her right.
No, they got to Tracy, man.
Is that the First Amendment? What is that? Did they take away her First Amendment?
Temporarily, they got to me. My situation's resolved. Like, right now, I'm okay. And at the end of the day, you have to know your rights and you have to be willing to stand up for them. It doesn't matter. Like, if you know you did nothing wrong, don't fold to anybody and don't let anybody break you. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm a tiny little 100-pound girl. 4 cops, there was no reason for 4 male cops on a dark road.
Oh, yeah.
To be
terrorizing you,
questioning me about anything. Like, I could understand them pulling at me over and them waiting for a female to become present. That I'm totally all right with. But, like, situations should have been handled differently. And, like, right now, I'm going to be doing as I was directed by my attorneys.
Yes.
And I am.
I hate attorneys, by the way.
Oh, they're money hungry. Oh,
well,
greedy.
Just saying.
Hey,
evil.
You know what? I'm from a family of them, so I'm
demons.
not going to say that they're not. But I still love them to death because they are my family. And they're the demons that made me. So aren't you happy that you at least got me from that?
Thank you, demons. Thank you, demons, for Tracy.
So some demons are okay.
We appreciate your spawn.
I came from the spawn of Satan myself.
We'll appreciate my demons. because especially right now, I appreciate them. But yeah, under normal circumstances, I would say the same exact thing. That at the end of the day, it is all bullshit. And as a patient, man, you've got to know your rights. You've got to know that you have the right to say no. You're not going to search my vehicle until you have a paper warrant in your hand. You're not going to search my personal belongings. You're not going to touch me personally. You're not going to separate me from my vehicle. You have those rights as just any human being living in the United States of America, not just as a patient.
Well, since we can't talk about it, why don't you read my police report? Because I can talk about that.
Okay.
Because I got assaulted yesterday.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
and Michelle, listen, what happened was me and Michelle decided to do a wheelchair video. I saw a place that sells wheelchairs with a big step. I said, wow, they sell wheelchairs, but they have a step. So if you had a wheelchair, you couldn't get in or you couldn't test drive their wheelchair to get out. So I went there.
Yeah, it was insane.
So go ahead, read that, please.
It says at 15:02 hours on 7/9/2018, I was dispatched to 914 Broadway on a report of an assault. Upon my arrival, I observed a white male lying on his back on the sidewalk in front of 914 Broadway. This male was later identified as Edward Grimes. I checked on Mr. Grimes' condition and found him to be conscious and alert with no apparent visible injuries. Mr. Grimes stated he was in need of medical attention because he was assaulted by a female employee of Bayonne Ortho Fitting located at 914 Broadway. At this point, McCabe EMS Med Number 4 arrived on scene and began to treat Mr. Grimes. Due to Mr. Grimes being treated by EMS, I entered Bayonne Ortho Fitting to conduct my investigation. Upon my entry into Bayonne Ortho Fitting, I was met by Mariana Nicola. Okay. Who was the only employee on premises. I asked Miss Nicola as to what had transpired with Mr. Grimes, and she provided me with her account of the incident. Miss stated that she was processing paperwork in the store when a male and a female who was in a motorized wheelchair appeared outside of her store. She further stated that it was clearly evident that the male was videotaping her with his cell phone in the store while he was standing in front of the door. Miss stated that she approached the front door to see if this male was in need of assistance. Watch the video. That's not what happened. And upon stated that she did not know asked him to explain what they were. She also asked him why he was videotaping her with his cell phone. Again, watch the video. Didn't happen.
Is it out?
Miss stated that at this point, the male became very agitated and began screaming.
Very dramatic little girl.
Hey, hurtful.
That's why she wanted to know if he was a male and describe what a male is. I heard you say that.
By this male's actions and became fearful for her safety because she was alone in the store.
Threatening to be sued.
Yes. By a woman in a wheelchair who couldn't get into the store.
And a woman with a beard.
Yes.
Wow.
A short, fierce one.
Wow.
She further stated that she retreated to the rear of the store to escape this male as he continued to scream at her that he was going to get her.
Did I say I was going to get her?
No, you did not.
So I heard you say sue her.
I'm going to sue you.
I'm going to sue you.
But no, get you.
I'd love to hear her 911 call.
Miss that when she realized that she did not lock the front door, she became frightened that this male would enter the store and harm her.
Whatever it
Miss
was.
Knuckle
Yes,
stated that
She was protecting her territory.
she was.
Yeah.
Stated that she then decided to flee the store, and as she approached the front door, both the male and wheelchair-bound female
and
blocked her path to safety.
Yes. Oh, scary.
She further stated that as she attempted to run from the store, she
From the
put
circus
both
clown.
of her arms straight out in front of her and held
don't
both
shoot.
hands out open and flat
Don't
in
shoot.
an attempt to push past these individuals. She further stated that the male then struck her with either his arm or hand in the right to push in the right shoulder as she attempted to exit the store. Miss stated that she shoved this male backwards in attempt to protect herself from any further
she admits
assault.
that she shoved me. She admits
Shoved.
it.
Yes, she did.
It was a sumo move.
Shoved the
She
woman
did
with the
some
beard.
sumo
She-
shit on me.
She
You got
stated that
suplexed.
she
I should-
then
Yeah, he escaped from a circus. He's a woman with a beard.
I think you know what? You know what? I
I've
just,
Suplex the woman with the beard.
I
they
just
were blocking
I
the
just
door.
finished watching Glow on
The
Netflix, and I
woman-
think I fucking saw her on there.
The
And
woman
was she
in the
pushing
wheelchair.
clowns around?
The evil wheelchair woman. Oh, Michelle.
She's a clown.
Michelle, me and you, man.
They escaped.
Because, you
Killer
know,
clown.
sometime you're a little lefty. There you
Killer
go. Right?
clowns.
Wait, there's still more.
There's
We
more.
got paranoia going on. We got
Okay,
killer
there's
clowns
more.
Go
in
ahead,
there.
there's more. Go ahead.
Okay.
Zombies.
So she stated that she then retreated back into the store and locked the door.
Ooh,
She
zombies.
stated that it was at
Killer
this
clowns.
point is when the police arrived on scene.
Thank God.
I asked Miss
Nonsense. Disgusting.
if the male who struck her was Miss Grimes.
He said, wait, what?
It says Miss Grimes.
It says Miss
I
Grimes.
told you,
No!
you
Let me see
bearded
that.
woman
Give me that.
escaped
Miss
from the
Grimes.
Fake
circus.
news.
Miss
Killer
Grimes.
clowns.
Miss
Killer clowns.
Miss
Oh,
Grimes.
I know it.
That's
And
hurtful.
I know it.
stated
It's true.
that
It's all true.
it was Miss Knuckle.
Not Scottish. Get a Scottish.
stated
Yes, Scottish.
stated that she was victim of an assault and also a victim of harassment due to Mr. Grimes's behavior
Or Mrs.
outside of the store. She further stated that she wished to sign complaints against him.
Both sexes
I
of him.
then continued my investigation with Mr. Grimes, who
Or
had
Mrs.
refused medical attention with McCabe EMS. Mr. Grimes stated that he and his handicapped friend, Michelle Burns of Bayonne, went to Bayonne Ortho Fitting to purchase a new wheelchair. He further stated that he asked the store employee if there was a ramp that could be put down to allow Miss Burns access to the store. Mr. Grimes admitted he was videotaping the interaction for his Facebook Live webpage. He further stated that the female store employee became angry that he was videotaping her, and it was at this point she opened the store's door and slapped the cell phone out of his hand. That's
With
what I saw.
And followed it up with a suplex.
Yeah, yep, exactly. Mr. Grimes further stated that the
Ah.
female employee then tackled him to the ground and then went back into the store. I asked Mr. Grimes if the female who assaulted him was Miss Knuckle.
Scotty, disgusting.
Oh, I just farted.
Excuse you.
I just farted.
A wet one.
And
Somebody
I started
help. Bring
And he
panties
stated-
for Lefty.
that it was. Mr. Grimes stated that he wished to sign a complaint against her due to conflicting statements by both individuals as the two
Could be
as
male
who
or
was the
female.
aggressor. I advised both individuals to Bayonne Municipal Court in order to sign criminal complaints.
Mm.
Prior to my completion of my investigation, Mr. Knuckle
Not a Scotty.
Oh, get this. She began to experience difficulty breathing.
Oh, you caused her
Was
a
that-
heart attack.
That was your fault.
McCabe EMS number 4 was still on scene and transported her to Bayonne Medical Center emergency room for further treatment.
Did you send her flowers?
Killer clowns.
Yeah.
What was her?
You should.
What killer clowns?
Or
She's
how
scared.
about you just send her a big, thing of latex balloons? That's always nice to send to somebody at a, latex-free place. So
It's pretty shocking.
at the time of this report, she was being treated by the medical staff, but had not been examined by an emergency room doctor.
Oh, she should
And
see a
that's the end of it.
psychiatrist. Actually,
And that's any of
I'm
you
surprised they didn't refer her
anybody
to a
out
mental
there in Facebook
institution.
world, you can look on my feed. You can, because I reposted the video, and they not like. I want to know where at any time you guys tried to enter the store, other than when you called her attention to the door, asking if she had any kind of ramp
Right.
to be.
The door was
able
open.
to-
Actually, when we went up to the door was
Oh, the
open.
door- yeah.
Yeah, but you
okay.
guys didn't even go inside.
No, we didn't go
they couldn't
inside.
because there was when he
A
was
step.
on the ground, you could see that there was at least a 4 or 5 inch step, at least.
Sure, no, I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good step. Like you weren't taking a manual wheelchair over that. It wasn't a bump. It was an actual step.
Yeah.
Like just wasn't happening. Maybe if I was in like my regular pull me along wheelchair, or Michelle was in a wheelchair like that, then you could but you weren't taking an electric wheelchair up.
Right.
It just wasn't happening.
Well, it needs a ramp.
Yeah. But what wheelchair store wouldn't have one? Why would you have to
If
explain to
if
him?
that's not a freaking oxymoron, I don't know what
Excuse
is.
me, but can you please tell me what a wheelchair ramp is? I do sell wheelchairs.
But what's a ramp? What is this ramp thing you're
But
talking about?
yeah, what the hell's a ramp?
What is a ramp? I don't understand a ramp.
And I also don't understand where she said to you to stop videotaping her.
But she had videotape going, apparently. She was
Yeah,
videotaping
from-
me. That's
from
okay.
the inside,
But that's not okay. That's fine.
Because she had a sign up saying that they had security cameras, so that's that legal loophole.
I want to see her cameras. I want her footage of the assault.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I want to see it too, because I mean
She came out pretty quick.
Yeah.
she can't.
That was like a full-on blitz.
Her trying to say she was running from the store.
Oh, yeah.
She had him. He was a good 30 feet away from that door. Michelle was nowhere near it. So why did she keep on running?
Yeah.
I think you can edit
She said
that
she was
footage
running with
and
her
add some
arms.
nice music,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe some sound effects.
Yeah.
We
She
need
had
something in the background.
she had this look of rage in her
She
face, like she
did.
was gonna
She was like,
tackle you
"Ah!"
and bite your freaking head off like a praying mantis.
She had very poor
She was
problem-solving
coming.
skills.
Yeah, very bad.
She was coming no matter what. That was it.
Yeah, she
did
really
it
didn't
already.
negotiate
She
that very
knows
well.
it. Mm-mm.
There it is.
Don't be knocking out any cords. We already got kicked off of Facebook for that. No more of that.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah,
Don't feel
yeah,
sorry,
Eric.
Bobby. Don't feel guilty.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It wasn't your fault.
No,
It wasn't your fault.
it was the damn evil marijuana.
No, it was the
Yeah.
cord that was wrapped around
It
my
was
foot.
the evil.
No.
Because you're evil.
You know
you're
what?
Satan.
I seen Tracy climb under the table and wrap that around your foot.
I did. Like
did.
magically.
Because she does that. kind
Wait,
of
was
stuff.
that the day my son was there?
She's trying to get your seat.
Was that the day my son? Well, I already.
I don't
stole
really
yours.
have a seat. I just kind of steal one.
Yeah, I hear
Me
you.
too.
Me too. That's what I've done
Finally.
for.
I'm just kind
All
of
these
parked
years.
myself. I'm like, I'm sitting here.
I'm like, yeah.
Can I have that seat?
Lefty has to remind me all the time it's his show.
Wait, but he's not here.
He's not here now, so we've taken over.
Well, that's all right. At least it's not silent, and we're not like all
Silence.
talking at once.
I couldn't imagine having silence to the two of you.
Silence, Tracy, silence. If you don't silence, I think she's number one on the thing.
Shh, stay away from that thing. Come
Maybe-
on.
maybe
Do I,
it's
do I have
no.
the power?
I'm
no,
three.
No, no,
No,
no,
you know
no.
what?
I'm
not-
three. I'm pretty sure
No.
I'm
I'm not
three.
gonna- I'm not gonna fuck with it.
I'm not.
I'm not gonna fuck
You
with
should
it.
experiment. We should experiment on Tracy right now.
Experiment. What kind of
Yeah,
experiment?
let's talk about this for a
yeah,
second.
yes.
Oh wait. So do
Hit
I get
button
to go
number
to
2 and see
Jamaica
if it
or
works.
what?
I'm not
Do I
gonna
get to go to Jamaica?
Hit number 1 and just see what happens.
I
What?
mean-
Whatever happened with that?
I mean,
Just for fun, just so you can say, "Hey, Lefty,
Yeah,
we don't need
yes.
you no more."
Sure.
You want to go to
Hey,
Jamaica?
you know how many
You're going to
people
Jamaica?
asked me,
Can I
like,
go?
If I was in bed with you during that conversation,
Were you? Because I was here watching.
I was with him. Yes.
Oh my God!
Because we were talking. You know,
I
and
was
he's
wondering why I
he's
got so
"Uh,
excited. I was like, I
he's
wish
like-
I was
And
there.
he said, "I'm in my bed
I
right
was
now."
like, damn,
I
wish
said,
I was
too.
her.
I said, "I am too." So people thought that like I was in bed with him.
Right now, am I watching?
No, this was like
Wow.
a couple days
And that's
ago.
how rumors get started.
And this is a
Right,
couple
yeah.
years
exactly.
ago.
No, like a couple days ago.
like
We were
yesterday.
Just like
talking-
right now in
like-
front of me, you guys were like, "Oh
we
my
were-
God!" It was like, or were they the cookies? I mean,
I don't know. You know.
jeez. I mean, it seemed. It
it's the
seemed. I
name.
mean, I thought this was a bed. I mean, to me, it seemed like a nice, soft, fluffy. And
Fluffy pillows.
I thought maybe 3 of us were in bed together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
oh,
think
that's.
it was all.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, 2 on 1.
A matter of fact, you guys must have been so stoned that you totally forgot about
Oh,
me.
wait.
I mean,
And we just we tuned you out. And
Yeah.
we just had
Yeah.
fun without
Hey,
you.
now that Lefty's gone, let me explain to you guys what happened that day.
Well then, okay.
Please do. Explain this to me.
Let's
All right.
let's
We got
listen to
together to
this.
do a podcast up in Tracy's bedroom,
Mhm.
and
Right.
And I do have mirrors on my ceiling. For
yeah,
Okay.
those of you
yeah,
that
yeah,
have
mirrors
seen
on the floor, the ceiling, the walls. I mean, kinky
my
as
ceiling is slanted.
hell.
It's slanted.
got-
It's a
She's-
big mirrored humid
yes,
room.
except
You've
the,
seen you've
Yeah.
seen my house.
Now-
You've been to
Yeah,
my house,
I've
Eric.
seen your house.
the only
Well, the
thing Eric was
upstairs
turned
is
off by,
completely-
totally turned off by, and me too. Your Justin Bieber posters that were all over the bedroom. I mean, he looks like he's switching to like I mean, you got that picture of Beaver up there on your ceiling where he's got his belly showing with his tattoo. I mean,
you gotta have something to look at,
oh
right?
God. I mean, and then Eminem. He's a little too old for you. It's time to get. When I went to your closet to borrow some of your negligee, I seen Eminem's picture when I pulled the two.
Eminem is my generation.
Well, why are you keeping them in your closet then? I mean, that's all I want.
I had Eminem there. He would not be in my closet.
What the hell is Beaver doing up on
Wait,
your ceiling?
So where would he be?
On the ceiling
In my
next
bed.
to
In your bed.
ceiling
He'd
next
be
to that
under
pump.
me in my bed. How about that?
Not on Facebook.
Not on Facebook.
You wouldn't Facebook Live that?
I don't know. Would you want me to?
and
It's
Ju-
not,
Justin,
it's not
what's
I
up with
guess that's
Justin? So
right.
you're using Justin to get Eminem,
Why not?
Marshall. You're
Marshall
trying to get
Mathers.
Marshall jealous.
I did call my kid's social media. I'm wait.
Kevin Smith. I can hook you up with James Franco. He used to date my cat, but he's
I
can't.
with him,
Yeah,
but
he's can't-
no, you know, like that pissed me off. Every time I met a cool dude, Kevin Smith, now I'm complete
Yeah,
douche.
I met
him
Who
in-
is like, fuck
we
that
met him
shit, yo.
in Vegas not too long ago.
All right, they're like, we're fucking about.
What?
Um,
Rugrats? The mall.
Hell
More-
yeah.
Oh, he's
I never-
more than
Well, of course, clerks.
Yeah.
You gotta go back to the
Yeah.
black and white.
what was that? 1991
Movie.
Earlier than that, actually.
I never seen. Is it a movie?
Jay and Silent Bob. They're all like,
Oh, now you
Jersey girl.
Is this a female?
No, Kevin Smith is Jersey, and he's like pothead, like Silent Bob, smoking pot.
Is he the
and
blonde one?
No, he's
Okay.
the blonde one.
Yeah, he's cool. Good.
He's the like yeah. This is the is Kevin Smith, and I always thought he was a cool dude.
Most of them are not.
He always was really found out that he doesn't support patients here in Jersey. Fuck that shit. Get into my kid's social media with them being in the same industry. He'll pay attention. If he responds.
You will?
And I don't know. So, you know,
couldn't settle for
So are you gonna hash?
cool.
I should. Right? I should.
There you
I
go.